You're rolling now? Yep. All right, here we go.
Try to do this right.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Caffeine Not Included. I'm Brennan Poole. This is the host, Daryl Mott.
Hey.
And today we have an awesome documentary for you guys called The Legend of Cocaine Island. Daryl, what did you think?
Brand new to Netflix, just came out Friday. The trailer looks good. So we watched the trailer. It's about a businessman who finds out that there's some buried cocaine somewhere in Puerto Rico, and he decides, you hear these stories about things like that, and he decides to go see if it's true. And that's basically the whole plot. This is this guy that it should not be involved with criminals, should not have anything to do with this. And he's like, I'm gonna go and find this cocaine, and if I do, I'm gonna be rich. So it's kind of a treasure hunt story.
He's just a construction worker who worked on building stuff at Florida University, building buildings for their program, working on stuff in the football arena. And yeah, he comes up with this scheme after hearing basically a tale from this guy named Julian, who
just a neighborhood character.
Just a random guy who'd come over to bonfires and tell the story about, I found this cocaine and buried it on this island in Puerto Rico.
Small detail, Julian was there for research on turtles. He was studying turtles, and this bag of cocaine shows up, so he buries it, and 15 years pass by, and for 15 years they've been telling this story about 70 pounds of cocaine that are buried somewhere in Puerto Rico, and if only we can get it and bring it back, we'll be rich. And I guess that's where it starts. It's a different kind of documentary because there's a lot of reenactment going on, Tree.
This was one of the craziest documentaries I've ever seen because, one, it was hilarious. Not because
You've never seen a funny documentary before?
No, well, it was funny in a different way because of the way it was shot, the music, the way that the reenactments happened. There's reenactments in it with the real people that it happened to, so it was kind of wild to see them talking about things that were happening and then them reenact the actual things that happened. Wasn't that kind of crazy? I hadn't seen that before.
In a documentary?
Yeah.
It's a style that has been done before, but
really?
It's new to it, and you should be new to it too. You guys should watch it. I think you'll really enjoy it.
I found myself being a lot more involved in the story, oh my goodness, and wanting to see more. I wanted to keep watching.
It almost plays out like a cartoon. You feel like you're watching a cartoon version of this guy's life. And he plays himself. Robert Hyden is the main character. He's just a jolly old guy from Florida man, and he is really a character, and he seems to really enjoy retelling this story. And I don't really know that anybody else is playing themselves. I think there's a drug dealer that has his face covered. I think he's playing himself.
One of the main guys that you'll have to see what happens in the story if you choose to go and watch this documentary. But yeah, he basically covers up his face and is wearing a hat and trying to hide his image. And even really Robert's buddy who helped him would go to Puerto Rico and help Andy.
He's got a little sidekick guy that's kind of druggy and kind of drugged out.
It was crazy the whole time. He's hilarious. He's a funny guy in the film. But he even is wearing a cowboy hat and sunglasses. He's like, I don't want anybody to really know what I look like. They have maps, and they're literally looking at maps from Google Earth and trying to be I think I buried it in this area right here. So he's exiting there. He's I guess we're flying to Puerto Rico, and literally is just trying to walk around and find this cocaine on an island in a place that doesn't even have shovels. It's a wild story. I mean, it's crazy too to see how far that they got on this deal and what ultimately ends up happening. It was wild.
Yeah, because if you found out that you knew where 100 pounds of cocaine was buried, would you go look for it?
That was basically the whole thing in the film.
Would you do it?
Would you, if you knew where $2 million was buried in the ground, would you go dig it up and try to bring it back? The only problem is super, super illegal and difficult to do, but would you try to do it?
And these guys did.
They tried it.
I have to recommend it, highly recommend it. I think it's the best thing on Netflix that I've seen this week at least. I mean, it was hilarious. We laughed the whole time. And it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I think we need to jump into spoilers, though.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. If you're going to turn this off, like this video, subscribe to our channel for more reviews. If you've already seen it or you just don't care, we're going to talk about everything that happens and what we actually think.
Right now.
Ready?
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you ready?
Hope you're not watching, Mom.
So basically, this guy, the guy that was going to help Robert Hyden move the cocaine when he gets it back, gets pulled over randomly one night and gets busted with drugs on him, he immediately turns him in.
He's a snitch.
He immediately was like, I know where all this cocaine's coming into the United States. Do you guys want to stop it or not?
And I know the guy that's going to get it.
Yeah, so basically he's got cops on him literally like right from the beginning.
But he doesn't know it because he's not a real criminal.
No, he's not. He doesn't know
what
what's
he's
going
doing.
on. So basically he gets set up with this Carlos guy who's an undercover cop the whole time, who was going to help him, and they actually literally go to Puerto Rico and dig it up without Robert whatsoever at all.
Allegedly. We don't
Allegedly,
know. They won't admit to it. They said they found the cocaine eventually, but basically, so this guy goes down. He doesn't have a shovel. He doesn't know what he's doing, so he has to go down like 2 different times. He never finds the cocaine, the main character.
Yeah.
But then he gets a phone call from the other guy. The undercover guy is like, "Hey, give me the map, and I'll find the drugs." And he's like, "All right." So he gives him the map. And then he gets a phone call like a month later from Carlos, the bad guy, and he's like, "We found it. I found the drugs. Here's a picture." And he sends him a picture of the drugs. Meet me at this parking lot, and I'll give you the drugs so you can get rich. And our poor character goes and does. He goes and meets him.
Goes and gets the cocaine, and it's like cops like whoosh. And Carlos, the undercover cop, was like, "Gotcha, buddy.
I'm not really a drug lord.
Not really a drug
I'm a
lord.
DEA agent, and you're under arrest." But what's really interesting is that there's a whole entrapment conversation going on, because this guy really wouldn't have been involved without a lot of help. Like, he's an idiot.
Well, yeah, and he basically was trying to walk away from it anyways when he realized he couldn't dig up the cocaine, and the cops were like, give us the map and we'll dig it up. But he did ultimately go and try to get the cocaine, and he was going to distribute it now that he had it. I mean, had certain things transpired, he was all in on trying to get that $2 million for sure.
Yeah, but anyways, the judge in the case was like, "You're an idiot, and I'm going to give you community service for a decade because you're an idiot."
Yeah, he went to jail for like 2 months, right? He served 60 days and then 5 years of community service, and that's it. That's all he got.
That's the movie. You should watch it. It's hilarious. It'll definitely be a good use of your time. 1 hour and 25 minutes, and I didn't feel like it was long enough. I would have kept watching.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Hey guys, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, and tune in for more reviews from us.
Boom.